it's me. I've been wondering exactly where it is you'd like to meet, to go over everything. They say that time's supposed to heal you, but I ain't done much healing. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, here we go. I needed that little grounding. Fun, it's a good day today. I wish I had more coffee, but I don't. I probably don't need any at all. What I'm loving, it's a girl chat. My eye is fucking twitching. For the last 2 weeks, I feel like I need magnesium. Do I need magnesium? This is coconut eggnog. It's not good, but I'm forcing myself to drink it anyways. If you know of a really good non-dairy eggnog with minimal cane sugar, let me know, because I really want to like eggnog. I feel like I would like it. And I think I might have a sip of copy. A sip of copy. That's how me and Spencer say it. Copy. We look at each other first thing in the morning. Copy. Holy shit, I didn't realize how buzzing I was until I got on the mic. I knew I had a lot of thoughts, but I didn't know it was going to come out like this. I feel like I've been in a very humorous, comical sort of mood today. Oh, I want my little cute light in here. Okay. I didn't even introduce myself. I told myself I was going to be grounded on this episode today. I was like, I have my angel number ready today. I'm going to ground us in time, follow the proper format. I have a note here that's like my podcast layout, but we're clearly bouncing all over the place and unhinged already. So, hi, welcome back to Angels Anonymous. I'm Vanessa. If we've not been here before, this is my yoga teacher voice. Welcome to class so much. It's Sunday. 10:30 a.m. Sunday flow. Thanks for being here. Like, what the fuck is that? Hi. How do you say hi? Hi, I'm Vanessa. Or like, hey. Probably like that. Probably more like, hey. That's me. Welcome back to Angels Anonymous. It's a podcast where I keep it real. The mic's quality sucks. I scream in your ear half the time, and we also talk about really deep shit like recovery, healing from breakups, substance use issues, shopping problems. We're all addicted to some shit, and we're going to talk about it because nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. Day to day. Nobody really is. That's just, I've been on my broken record shit lately being like, why is nobody talking about this? Even though they are. It's just like in the day-to-day realm. We're not talking about it, okay? Anyways, it's a girl chat day. And I'm doing my favorites, things I'm loving. I'm so excited. We are recording this early December. Oh my God, I hope you could have seen how I was holding the mic for so long. What the fuck was I doing? My wrist is sore. So, let me backtrack. Holy shit, let's ground. Let's breathe. I hope I'm not giving you a crotch shot. I've been singing so much lately. It's like me and Spencer's current joke is me just singing fucking everything. And anytime there's like a show on where someone starts singing, he's like, oh, it's Vanessa. It's you. Like, let's go. Sing it. I still don't like this camera angle. Okay, we're grounding. We're following the script. Let's go. Empty the air from your lungs. God, I have so much fucking fun with myself. What the hell? Inhale through your nose. Fill up. Open mouth. Exhale. I'm giggly today. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. And I noticed I'm just starting to tap my heart space. I got a lot of buzzing energy going on, so I'm just, sometimes I tap the heart space. If you want to do that too, go for it. Tippity tap tap. Inhale. Hold. Open mouth, exhale. Oh yeah. I always tell my people in my yoga class to sigh it out, and I feel like everybody's so quiet breathing. And I'm like, no, let it out through your heart space. We're going to hum. We're going to om at the end. We're going to just, like giving a good, You can't tell me that doesn't feel fucking amazing, right? Okay, angel number. I'm prepared today. I looked up an angel number that correlates with slowing down to heal because that was my yoga theme for yesterday. I actually stole it from Anjali, my bestie girl. I told her I had a different theme in mind and she's like, oh, mine was slowing down to heal. And I was like, I'm sick. I'm slowing down. I'm healing. It's December. I'm reflecting. I'm resting. I want to take that theme instead. So I ran with it. And when I looked up angel number for slowing down to heal, 6666 came up, which I saw on a license plate. Most recently, that was like one of the angel numbers I've seen, and I don't like sixes. I'm like, oh God, the devil's after me, or like, oh God, I'm having really bad thoughts, but it's not bad. 666 is balance, healing, the return to wholeness. I hope I don't sound echoey. I know you're so over my shit. I'm going to get a mic soon. It's on my wish list. Okay. Balancing, healing, the return to wholeness. Angel number 6666 carries the energy of balance, emotional grounding, and gentle realignment. When this number appears, it often marks a moment when your inner world is asking for harmony, a return to what feels nurturing, steady, and true to your heart. Key meanings: emotional balance, a reminder to return to stability, softness, and inner grounding. Spiritual reassurance, a sign that your angels are guiding you toward harmony. Relationship healing encourages compassion and gentle communication in love and twin flame connections. Financial steadiness, ooh, that was a wet burp. Anyways, relationship healing encourages compassion and gentle communication. I already said that. Financial steadiness supports choices that bring long-term security and calm. Aligned redirection highlights shifts that pull you away from overwhelm and back toward equilibrium. The meaning is you're being guided back toward balance and emotional harmony. It appears when life is nudging you to slow down and care for your inner world. This number shows up during times when you've given too much of yourself emotionally, mentally, or physically. It gently encourages recalibration, reminding you that restoring balance allows everything else to flow naturally. You're being encouraged to simplify your emotional space. Harmony becomes more important than urgency. Your energy needs softness and replenishment. Ooh, I like that. My energy does need softness and replenishment. But I also saw a reel today that I sent to Sophie. I'm going to pull it up really quick because it talked about how everyone is chasing calm, but your nervous system actually heals faster through aliveness. Let me explain. And then she says that the internet is teaching you that silence, stillness, deep breathing, and trying to calm down is regulation, but your nervous system doesn't only learn from safety, it also learns from joy, from rhythm, from movement, from energy. And I feel like that's what I've been telling you guys, like, get your ass on your mat, start breathing, start moaning, start dancing, start playing, start creating joy and putting your energy somewhere, because that addictive, that pent up, that stressful, that dysregulated energy needs to go somewhere. And I realized this lately that I needed to shift my approach in my healing, because I've been meditating like pretty much every day, 5 minutes, 10 minutes guided meditation really consistently for the last few months. And I thought if I did that, I would be like a regulated girl, like no more emotional outbursts. I was going to be good. And that's not the case. It is important, and it has helped me create space in my head, in my life, but the anxiety is still present, and I'm still figuring out where is the best place to put it. Is it a run? Is it the gym? Is it yoga? Is it a walk? And my brain bounces around telling me that I need all of those things all day, every day, all the time. So I'm still like, okay, I'm not an exception to the rule of not being in therapy. I need to go back. So I actually did a screening today. Hot girls go to therapy. I did my screening at school or it was virtually, but it's through school. I get free therapy through school right now. And I'm like, absolutely, I need that to cut a bill. Are you kidding me? Like, this girl is not affording. I was going to say insurance, therapy. I do pay for insurance, and my premium, I don't know if it's called a premium. My plan is about to go up from $187 to $297. And I called the lady and I'm like, why? And she's like, I actually don't know why. I was like, is there anything changing, or are we just increasing it? And she's like, no, I don't know. I think it's just the company. So I've been texting my insurance guys, and neither of them have responded to me. They're like these, I don't know if they're a broker or like a real estate agent for insurance, but they've helped me in the past, and now neither of them are responding, and I'm fucking stressed about it. That was such a tangent. I don't even know how I got here, but I knew that I wanted to talk about going back to therapy and going to insurance and being frustrated about insurance. This is truly my mind unfiltered, and my eye is twitching. It's been literally twitching for weeks. Like, someone help me. Oh no. That whole thing was just not in the mic. Whatever. Where the fuck was I? Hello? Your nervous system learns from being joyful. She said, when was the last time you actually felt fully alive? That's what I crave. Like, I crave that so much. Her handle is Her Fire Confidence, just so I'm not completely copywriting this shit. But that really stuck out to me today. But your energy also does need softness and replenishment. Back to where I was. If you've listened before, or if you're listening today, thank you. I wrote down that it's damn near impossible to get me to press play and get through a whole episode of any sort of podcast. Like, my fucking attention span is literally everywhere. So, and all of our attention spans are just getting shorter and shorter. So thank you for putting me in your ear. It's an honor. Like I said too, lately I've been struggling with this feeling like nobody's paying attention to me. And I'm going to get into this into a different episode. I don't know if I'm going to post it before this one or after this one, but it's about my December like recap plan for the new year. And I realized that I was getting so stuck in these negative stories, and that's also why I need fucking therapy, is because I've been getting so stuck in the negative and the gossip and like this BS I'm telling myself that I'm like, wait, this actually isn't true. And one of the things I was telling myself is nobody cares, nobody's paying attention, nobody's listening, nobody's commenting back. Like, some of my episodes have like 40 plays, and they used to have 2, 3, 4, 500. And both of those numbers like feel small to me in the realm of like social media numbers and analytics. But then you think about it and it's like 30 fucking people. Like, even if I got 30 listens on a podcast, that's a full room. That's like a classroom. That's like a yoga class, you know, tuning in a different way. That's like a sold out yoga class. And I think I get so accustomed to seeing these thousands and thousands of views and numbers and likes on Instagram. And I'm so sick of getting caught up in that and telling myself that nobody cares, because on a higher spiritual, I just bonked my head with my phone. Here I go on a tangent. Because on a higher spiritual level, my heart, my mind, my soul knows that these numbers don't matter, and that when I tell myself these things, I'm creating that reality for myself. Like, the things that we speak create our reality. Even yesterday, a rubber band ponytail broke and fell out of my hair, and it was on the ground, and I'm like, please God, let Posey like never find this. And then I remembered that the universe doesn't understand the word no or like never or don't. It just hears what you're speaking out and like what you're putting energy to. So essentially, if I say, please never let Posey find the hair binder, I'm saying, please, the universe doesn't hear never, please let Posey find, because that's what I'm focusing on. You know what I mean? So then me and Spencer were joking about it, and he's like, dear universe, please let this mischievous cat look over the pony binder and keep her throat healthy, you know, like focusing on the positive versus like, don't let her eat this. It's fucking stupid, but that's just an example. My mind knows that what I put energy to and what I speak out is what my reality ends up being. And the things I've been saying lately have just been so self-deprecating and so automatic, unconscious. And I'm like, I'm done with that. So my whole December New Year plan, I don't know the word that I'm coming up with for my next year yet. And maybe by the time I record that episode, I will have had it. I'll find it. Maybe it's kindness, maybe it's clarity. It's like something to do with the like reframing of the gossiping and the negativity, and also learning how to detach myself from outcome with the social media stuff, from expectations, from the stories that I tell myself. Detaching from that feeling of being let down when I feel like nobody's listening. I have 30 views. Oh my fucking God, Kim, people are dying, you know? So I'm honored that you're listening. I think every point on this gets derailed by like a 5-minute tangent. This is going to be so fun. Okay, so we already breathed. We already talked about our angel number. Oh my God, I was on vacation and it feels like I've been away from recording the podcast for so long because I planned ahead. Go me, look at me. I also feel like I need to do another episode on how I started the podcast and how you do it, how you balance it. But I balanced it by recording a couple episodes before I left for my trip. I scheduled it out. It's just been something that's fueling my fire so much lately. So I didn't find it too hard to get myself to edit and plan ahead and post because it's just like, it's so exciting. I love sharing this content. I love meeting myself in this way. I love feeling heard by you guys and like having a dialogue about deeper life because I'm prompting with these, you know, girl chats and taboo topics, and then we can really connect on the shit that I want to talk about. So recording has been super exciting for me. I've had a million ideas wrote down in my notes, so I'm probably going to record like 3 episodes today and put a sweatshirt on and record the next episode so it looks a little different. But this is one of my main ideas, is the girl chat, things I'm loving. I'm so excited. I have different categories of food, mind stuff, products, shows, entertainment, and clothes. And I'm going to go through all of that. Oh, Sophie's FaceTiming me. Hello?
Oh my gosh! That's so cool!
You're gonna be on the podcast.
Let's go!
She's on the podcast.
Hey guys, it's me, it's Soph.
Hey guys, it's Soph. Hey, it's Vanessa and Soph. This is us manifesting our future podcast in 2026.
I will see you tonight. Okay, bye.
Love you, bye. She's listening to my Intentional Consumption Collective call tonight with with Spencer. He's going to be on. It's a Finance 101, overspending. That is like a huge area that I tried to talk about when I was promoting this Intentional Consumption Collective, the group call program that I've been hosting, is because I know we're all effing overspending right now for the end of the year, and I'm over it, and I want us all to rewire our relationship to money and what we're spending it on, and intentionally consuming and stopping the effing Amazon orders, and like not feeling like we have to spend $100 on our coworker for a stupid gift. I saw this little fact on like my TV that's in the entryway of my apartment, and this TV like flashes news. It's called Captivate, I think, and it's like the weather and like random political titles of like things going on and fun facts and pictures of your cat that people have sent in. And that's honestly like where I'm getting my news from lately. I hate to admit it. It's so sad, but it's so true. Like I just can't with it right now. But it said that when you're shopping for a coworker, the average price of what people pay for a coworker gift is $50, and 26% of them like throw the product away, 26% of them keep it and never use it, and then the other like whatever percent re-gifts it to somebody else. And I'm like, what are we doing? Like, let's just write a card. let's just pull out a sheet from our notebook paper and write some heartfelt words. I personally hate gift giving because money stresses me the fuck out, and I don't like to shop for other people. I don't know what it is. I'm like a words of affirmation girly giver and receiver. I like to buy presents for my boyfriend occasionally, but like it does not light me up to give other people gifts. It just gives me anxiety. So that is a lot of what we're going to be talking about tonight in the call, and I want to have Spencer on in a future episode. As you can see, I have literally 5 more podcast episodes ideas. I want to share some takeaways from our call tonight and what Spencer teaches us, because he's taught me so much about my relationship to stuff and money and things, and like help me detach from some of that materialistic importance. And it's been really refreshing. Speaking of detaching from material importance, I was just in Florida and I made a video that I'm going to edit and post on YouTube about how I packed for my trip with everything that I already had in my closet. And on the vacation, number 1, I didn't wear makeup once. Number 2, I didn't wear half of the shit that I brought. My suitcase was stuffed to the absolute brim. Of course, that's just how I roll. It is so nice to take the pressure off of myself. Like, I'm sad that I couldn't do it for myself until I had somebody like him in my life, but sometimes that's just how it goes. But before then, I think when I was surrounding myself with certain people, or when I was single, I had that higher expectation on myself to like attract somebody and look cool and take the pictures and whatever. But again, all of that just stressed me out. None of that really mattered. And I still felt beautiful on my trip. I curled my hair once, did not need to bring the curling iron, did not need to bring the makeup, did not need to bring 10 different outfits for a week. Like, I literally wore the same thing half the time. Yes, I dressed up here and there and I looked cute, but like, not try hard, nothing new. I wear the same brown bikini from Shein, unfortunately. I bought that before I was really like aware of what was happening. And I didn't care, to be honest. I was just ignorant. But it's a good swimsuit. It's worked so far. I'm probably getting microplastics everywhere on my body, but it's fine. We haven't leveled to the point of caring about the fabric that I'm wearing all the time. Anyways, mindful of spending. Just be mindful of it. And if you need help, reach out, DM me. I can welcome you into the Intentional Consumption Collective. It's not too late. You can get the recordings and we're going to figure this out. Okay. What else do I want to say about my trip? Oh my God. Okay. So I posted about my anxiety and I talked about like how my trip actually went. There was massive anxiety episodes because I got off social media for the week, and I mean, I'm just working with overwhelm and overstimulation all the time, as you know. So that doesn't just change and magically go away when you go on vacation. And yes, I was relaxed, and yes, I had a beautiful time, and Spencer and I got along, but no relationship is perfect. There are things, and my emotions are half of or most of the things, is just that deep fluctuation that happens every day. And being with someone like Spencer is such a gift. He is such a saint. He's so calm. He's so understanding. So my girlies out there who may not have their partner on lock yet, you might be free floating single right now, it is here for you. And I'm going to talk to you about that in an episode of how I attracted my man, or like how I manifested love. And that might be the same episode as the December recap, because looking at last December and like planning for the new year, I looked through my camera roll and I looked through my notebook to see where I was last year. Holy shit, you guys. So I think that might be the same episode as, no, I think I need to make it separate. I don't know. How I attracted my man and the December recap, New Year planning, that approach. Oh my God. And when I was there, I felt like I was being so irritable and mean. And I texted Spencer some shit like, I'm so sorry for always reacting, and I don't know why I treat you so bad. I love you so much. I felt so bad. And I was like, I know it's late and I know you're in the room over sleeping, but I just need to get this off my chest right now. I had a whole spiral one night, like two nights before I had to go home. I don't know if I was just like, I think it was the anxiety building up of going back to my life and all the things that I had taken a break from. That's one of the harder parts of taking a vacation. And I know a lot of my hardworking girlies out there don't want to take a vacation because then picking up all of the work that you've set aside or the email that you've turned off is almost harder than not having a vacation, but the vacations are still important. So I just was having that ramp up of anxiety of thinking about what I have to do when I get home and what homework I'm going to have and all the above. And so I melted down and texted him. And the next morning we woke up and he's like, thank you for the text, but like, you're not a mean bully, like you're fine. And one thing I've been working on too is like my relationship to shame and how I shame myself when I am emotional instead of just acknowledging it and having some self-compassion and moving on. So those are my struggles. That's how Florida went. The beaches were gorgeous. We picked some shells. Spencer got shit on by a bird on his swimsuit. We went biking around Sanibel. We watched sunsets in Captiva and on Naples Beach. We ate good food. I felt like I was treated like a queen. We had the whole condo to ourselves and it was literally luxury. Like I will forever remember that vacation. That was our first ocean trip together, and so many moments of such deep gratitude and abundance and luxury, and then so many moments of survival and anxiety and like, am I gonna shit my pants today? I had some definite gut issues. Towards the end, for some reason, they started to level out. I don't know how correlated this is to the bacteria itself or my mindset and my emotions and then how my gut does. I don't really know. But what I do know is that I had gelato and it was really good. And I had minimal tummy issues after, so that was really exciting. And minimal acne, so bless up. But yeah, I was sick lately and I made ginger shots and it was the most effort-filled labor of love that I've ever experienced. I was peeling the ginger, I was blending it all up, I was really doing the most here. And my fingers were stained by the end of it. It tastes really good though, so I am tempted to do it again. And my friend Anjali gave me a recipe and then I kind of tweaked it on my own, but I don't have a juicer. I didn't have a nut milk or like a cheesecloth or whatever it's called. And so I was like, I'm never doing this again. And I think that was partially a contributor to my anxiety overwhelm yesterday. I had a little freak out to Spencer and then I was like, sorry, I'm projecting and I'm gonna go on a walk, and then I was fine. I got sick and was literally knocked on my ass sick for 24 hours, called out of work, body aches, on the bed in pain, like my back was so sore, and my head, holy mother of God, so pounding. And I'm like, great, I'm gonna be out, down and out for so many days, like I'm screwed. And then I recovered, and now I feel like I'm getting kind of sick again, or like it's coming and going depending how hard I'm pushing myself right now. So I'm not really sure what the healing time for this is all gonna be, but that happened, and that's why I made ginger shots, and they're really good, and I posted on my stories. So if you follow me, maybe you saw it. Okay, should we get into it? The whole point of this episode, like, I don't need to check in for 40 minutes, okay? Whatever. Food. I've been loving collagen in my coffee. I use 2 different creamers, one from Trader Joe's and one from Califia, I believe, the brown sugar kind. And then I recently made my own pistachio simple syrup. I'm literally obsessed with pistachio right now. From Pablo's Coffee specifically, their pistachio syrup. I forgot yesterday to tell them light syrup, so it was really flavorful and really sweet, and honestly kind of hard for me to drink. But if I order, it's an iced oat milk latte with light pistachio syrup, and then I realized like I need to learn how to make this myself, so I did. And it wasn't super concentrated or sweet. I definitely have some work to do, but that was really exciting. I made it with pistachios. I simmered them in water and then added maple syrup, or I double fine strained that liquid. No, wait. I blended it up and then strained it. So then I had some like pistachio pulp left over, and then the liquid, I added maple syrup and vanilla and some salt, and it was really nummy and creamy and good. So I'm probably going to do that again. But I've been loving my coffee creamer. I make my coffee in a little French press, and then I put the creamers and the collagen in there first, and a little hot water to kind of like soften the collagen up. And then I press my little frothy blender and blend it up and get it all foamy. So then when I pour my French press in there, I use like a light roast or medium. No, not light roast, actually. Fuck light roast. Medium dark roast from Trader Joe's. But I'm going to start buying my coffee at Pablo's because it's not taxed. And I'm supporting a smaller local business. I don't know if they're local actually, but I feel like they are. And they have a half calf blend. And based on my state right now and like getting sick and just chronic anxiety, I'm like, I probably need to go back to half calf. As if I ever was drinking that, I probably need to go to half calf. But we'll see, because you know your girl loves stimulation. Your girl loves to feel something. So we'll see if it works. But I love an iced oat milk with pistachio. It's so fucking good. I've also been loving chicken salad mayo. If you know me, I'm literally obsessed with mayo. And I've been making this chicken salad. Me and Spencer both love it. We've been making it since like the summer. He has a recipe that he makes too. So we've made it when we've like gone camping and stuff. But I have my own idea of a chicken salad, and it has noodles in it. And my mom's made it before. It usually has like grapes or cranberries or like a dark cherry, dried cherry, and celery and like a walnut or a pecan, and then noodles. And we know I can't have noodles, so I made it with Banza, like cavatappi shaped noodles maybe, or I wanted to do the rotini, like the little spirally, whatever, squishy. And it was so good. That mayo, that garlicky, that red onion, the cranberry. Are you kidding me? So good, so wet, so moist. Pulled chicken, yes. Give me an egg salad sandwich. Give me a chicken salad. If it's wet and it has mayo in it, it has my absolute heart. And when we were in Florida, we went to the farmer's market, and Twilla May, her chicken salad held it the fuck down. It was so good. She had a whole list of like pineapple and jalapeno, sun-dried tomato, the classic flavor, the grape flavor with the walnuts, like I don't remember what else she had. Barbecue bacon. I don't know. It was so good, but I really think that my recipe gave Twilla May a run for her money. And I've been loving my little recipe book. I wish I had it. It's over there. But Spencer gave me a recipe book. I wanted to start writing down all of my recipes that I save from like Pinterest and make my own, or that I pull from ChatGPT so I don't have to pull out my phone to find it again. I love my recipe book so much. My friend is actually making her own and did like a little collage with like different ingredients and foods and colors and like cute little, almost giving like cover your textbook in grade school with a brown paper bag, or like with a book sleeve or something, like a little collagey cute decorative cover to her recipe book. Mine I just got from Spencer. He ordered it somewhere, but it's awesome. And I wrote down my chicken salad recipe in there, and I'm like, do I sell these recipes someday? Like, how do I give them to you guys? Because they're all really effing good, and I know it would help you intentionally consume food. I know that food is such a hard thing, and going gluten-free, going cane sugar-free feels impossible, and going dairy-free for the most part too, like no cheese. I always find an option. Like, I got you guys. I've done a lot of work in this area. I've made a lot of different recipes. I cut out cheese for a long time. I know it sucks. I know how you feel. I miss pizza sometimes, but like, it's going to be okay. And I feel so much better for it. So if you're on your sensitive gut journey, my heart is with you. I feel you. I know it's hard, but having a recipe book and finding a way to substitute and still make the things, eat the things that make you happy, and not just like plain chicken and rice and broccoli, you're going to be so much more better off. I've been loving dates. The date bar that I have at nighttime, I pull out ghee, peanut butter, dark chocolate chips, the Who dark chocolate chips because there's no cane sugar in them, and then the Celtic like big flake salt. I've been obsessed with salt lately. I just finger pinch that shit and eat it, sprinkle it all over my little homemade stovetop popcorn that Sophie gave me a recipe to with coconut oil and ghee and salt, and I just freaking licked the salt out of the bottom of the bowl. It's so good. Again, and juicy, like the melted ghee on there. Been loving it. But open a date, scoop it in whatever topping I want, put some chocolate chips on there. Yes, I've done the melted crunchy bugs. Sorry, my camera just died if you're watching the video, so it's gonna be no video the rest of the episode. Typical me. Okay, the last thing that I've been loving is my probiotic, and I don't know why I even put it on this list. I think I just wanted to talk about it, but I found a probiotic that is supposed to help ya girl downstairs because I'm struggling with BV, and I got it from Natural Grocers, and I looked for one that was a vaginal probiotic. I don't know why I was scared to say vagina because I like maybe have to post this podcast on my school platform. But yeah, I'm struggling with BV, so I got a vaginal probiotic, and it's just helping my heart feel better and less anxious about the microbiome imbalance, you know? Like, my friend Anjali is also going through some sickness, health issues, and having to take antibiotics, and she was texting me yesterday, and she's like, dude, me taking all the antibiotics and different stuff that I'm on is sending me, and I'm like, I know, we need to have like a meditation reframe today about health is, you know, sometimes having to take temporary things in order to help get you back on track, and these things are helping heal me instead of going down the anxiety spiral hole. That's something that I need to work on and I need support in, so it's easier to tell a friend that when I spot the same thing happening of like, your anxiety is going to make you in such a worse place by worrying about it than just like kind of shutting it out of your mind and being like, okay, I need to take these probiotics. It's going to make me better. It's all going to be okay. But that's so hard to shut that part of your mind off. That's like, what if, but like, what if this happens? And what if it never gets better? You know, like worst case scenario, catastrophizing. I think that's wrapping up my food favorites. My mind favorites, Insight Timer. I don't really have a favorite meditation. I kind of like attach them to my story and pick different meditations every single day, depending on the time of day. Sometimes it suggests one for me, and it's usually like 6 to 10 minutes, but it's a free meditation app. You could use YouTube too, or Open, I've heard, is another one, but I'm not about to be paying for a subscription right now, so I'm not using Headspace or anything else like that. But I like this app because it counts your meditation streak, and those little incentives keep me going. So I've been using Insight Timer first thing in the morning, trying to stay off my phone the first 20 minutes of the day. I've been loving friend accountability check-ins. My friend guided me through this parts work meditation the other day when I FaceTimed her, because I texted her and I was like, you know, I'm having a little bit of like a come to Jesus with myself, especially after this vacation, and I'm realizing that I need more support in being able to regulate and in slowing down. And what that could look like for me is like sending each other a voice note or having a FaceTime check-in once in a while. And then whenever I share things to her when we're talking on the phone, she can like see through the things I'm saying and recognize like my manager part is running the show and talking a million miles an hour. Like honestly, my manager part is probably talking all episode, every episode, because there's a degree that I feel like I have to perform on a platform like a podcast, right? And like when you're presenting, that like presenter, performer, that part comes online, but so does my manager, because I like want to touch on all the things. I want to get everything perfect. So my friend can see through all of that when I'm talking to her, and just I think I'm like unconsciously filling her in, and she's just taking the surface level information. She's like, oh, okay, like I definitely hear your manager part is loud. And I'm like, oh wait, fuck yeah. So she's like, can I ground you in a meditation before we end the call? And I'm like, yes. And it was the most healing thing ever, and I realized that I need that more. And so I'm going to tell her to send me a voice note of that exact, like, do it again from your heart. Just send me a little meditation, because sometimes the meditation doesn't quite hit, you know what I mean? Like, you're looking for one thing you want to hear or be spoken to about happiness or grief or anxiety, and you just can't find the exact thing you need to hear. So that was the exact thing I needed to hear. It was so good. I could use that every single day. Do I do that? No, but you know what? I press play and I do a little meditation every morning, and that is something. I've been loving my rings. I just bought a shell ring when I was in Florida on Sanibel. And I forget what stone this is. Carnelian? No, I don't know. It's like the most gorgeous orange colored stone. And it's from my friend Ivy. Her business name is Moon Baby Crystals. So go follow her, support her business. She has the most insane, gorgeous crystals, bracelets, jewelry that she sells. And I love her so much. I met her at Halloween, and she's just the cutest little angel fairy on the planet. So I've been loving my rings lately. I also have my Aura ring and then other random rings. And as I'm saying this, I'm like, fuck, I'm thinking of this reel where this girl was talking about how everything that you wear is energy, and the metals that you wear and the clothing fabrics that you wear and what you eat all has energy. And it was one of those like informative videos, but also kind of like a fuck, I feel ashamed of everything I'm doing because I'm wearing polyester and these are knockoff Cartier rings, and I'm eating animals that are completely dead vibration. Like, fuck, I'm screwed. You know the spiral? Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking of as I'm mentioning my rings, because I'm wearing some of them right now. On my vision board, I had this girl with like cool jewelry, and it was just more so like a way of being I wanted to embody this year, of like the cute beanie, maybe like some braids thrown in my hair, my little freckles on, like a little makeup, looking glowy, having my nails done and cool looking, wearing cool jewelry. Like, that's just an aesthetic I want to step into more while being mindful of what I'm buying, what I'm consuming, what I'm putting on and in my body. I just think that having a certain style and aesthetic is fucking cool, and that's like inspiration for me. But then I'm also recording this podcast in old sweats and an old tank top and like greasy hair up in a bun, you know what I mean? So being able to hold the duality of that. But like, that was on my vision board, the shell ring exactly, and I didn't recognize that it was on there until after I bought it, and then something just clicked and I was like, wait, I have this ring on my vision board. And I went and looked, and there it was. So that was just a cool little vision board manifestation. I'll also be going through my vision board and popping it up on the video in the 2025 December recap vision board, what I'm going to do for next year. I'm going to go over my vision board and show you like what came true, and go through my journal and talk about where I was last year and what's came true so far, and looking through my camera roll, whatnot. So that's an episode that's coming. My candle smells I've been loving lately. This chai candle that's already almost gone, my mom bought me from a local coffee shop. I can barely smell it, but I like it. She also got me a pumpkin candle. She literally gave me this whole gift basket when I was in Florida. We got to the house, and not to mention my parents are already letting us stay there for free, and there's a car there. They gave us this little goodie basket with like a puzzle and candles and a fuzzy blanket in there and like handwritten cards. You guys, I got dealt a good fucking deck of cards for my parents. I love them to absolute death. If you have the privilege of knowing Mark or Cheryl, like, God, I love them so much. I cry about them getting older every single day of my life because I love them so much. They treated us so well. They're so sweet and thoughtful. She gave me another candle. My mom's always getting me candles, and I actually love that. Candles and coffee cups. That's so cute. Cozy, best presents ever. I bought the most amazing candle on Sanibel Island at that same gift shop that I bought the ring, and it smells like sunscreen, vanilla-y, I don't even know, warm skin beach. I'm so glad I bought it, because you can't take a picture of a smell. You can't send somebody a smell. It's so annoying when you just like want someone to be able to smell it. And I knew I was going to miss that smell. It was like the second I picked up the candle, I was like, oh my God, I need that so bad. So I bought it. I almost didn't. And Spencer was like, no, you need to buy that. And I'm really glad that he said that. I've been loving my tallow face lotion. I get that from a local person at Home Fill, the little refill store. I also love refill in general. My lotion, my laundry detergent, my cleaning supplies, my dish scrubber. What else do I get from there? Like shower steamers. They have everything. It's kind of like a beauty, home goods, appliances, some like olive oil, avocado oil, some loose leaf teas that they have. They just have a bunch of cool stuff in there. It's in Arvada. If you're local to Denver, Home Fill, and bring in your containers and they refill it for you. And that is literally the best way that I'm staying sustainable and like intentional with my consumption. It's supporting local business. It's decreasing the amount of plastic that I'm putting in the environment, and the ingredients that are in all of these products are clean and good for my body. So I'm just like so fucking stoked about that. I love Denver. I love how much access we have to those types of things, how Denver doesn't have plastic bags, how they have these refill stores and all of these people doing mindful, you know, friendly to the earth type of things, versus the Midwest doesn't feel like that sometimes. So I really feel like I need to be living in an area that is pro-environment, or maybe even a little more liberal, just because, I don't know, I feel like Denver is just woke. Denver, like California, they're just a little more progressive in the access to gluten-free, vegan, dietary restrictions, you know, whether that's for emotional, environmental, physical reasons. People are just, it feels like people are doing it more here, and people are more open-minded about it, and it's more widely recognized, like environmental stuff, body health, sensitivity, gut issue stuff. So love it here. Love Denver. Yeah. I also love the Yucca app to check. I scan products at like Target, and I actually changed my deodorant recently from, I forget, I think it's like the boys version of the Loom deodorant, which I know that was burning people's armpits, like the women's one. I forget what the brand was, but it doesn't matter because I'm not using it anymore. Now I'm using Dr. Squatch because it had a really good rating on Yucca. I also got the La Roche Double Repair Face Moisturizer, and I got that one instead of getting the Versed one. If you know that brand from Target, I had this like thick moisture, like rich barrier cream that they gave me actually, and I thought I was going to buy it again. I really loved it, and then I scanned it on my app and it was a low rating, and I don't know how accurate Yucca is, but Yucca. But I feel like it's better than nothing, so I bought the La Roche one because that was a good rating too. And then I've been loving Just for Men for my eyebrows. I get like a dark ashy brown, leave it on there for like 5 minutes, and my brows are always dark. And I wish that I would have done that earlier in my life. I know sometimes they get really dark, but like the years where I had blonde and non-existent eyebrows, it was just not a thing for me. I have a pretty big forehead and skinny eyebrows to begin with. So dyeing my eyebrows, I love a like light blonde hair and darker brow look. It's so cute. And I just feel like it's taken my self-confidence and like my view of my face up a level or two. So you do what you gotta do. If you gotta dye your brows with men's hair dye and trim your own hair, or have your mom trim your hair, like, girl, I get it. That's me too. I have been loving, I got this lip gloss like a year ago, but the Fenty lip gloss with pumper, it's called Gloss Bomb Heat, and the color is number 3, Fenty Glow Heat. I'm like halfway through this lip gloss. I've had it for a year already, and people ask me if I just got my lips done. Every time I put it on, they look dewy and kind of like red and poofy, but not like swollen or bruised, you know? Obsessed with her. I already talked about my refill products. Okay, moving on to shows and entertainment. I just watched All Her Fault. I'm not even going to say anymore. Just go watch it. I think it's on Peacock. I don't have a membership to literally, or a subscription to any service or streaming service. I have like my boyfriend's, my mom's, my dad's, my sister's. Me and my boyfriend share Netflix, so every time we're watching it at his house or my house, I have to send him the email to log me in. It's a bitch. But I have someone's Peacock or whatever the streaming services that All Her Fault is on, but it was really good. It was really captivating. I've been watching I Love LA. I think that is currently coming out. I think I just got to the most recent episode. 5 episodes in maybe, but it's some drama. It's like typical stereotypical LA type, not saying anybody or everybody out there is like that, but it's just, that is totally my cup of tea. I love a show with a New York City setting or like LA or something. I don't know what it is about the city life, but I'm also watching The Morning Show with Jennifer Aniston, and I always think this guy's name is Ben Stiller. I think that him and Stephen Carell are the same person. Like, I just learned Stephen Carell. I don't even know. I think that show came out like 6 years ago, but it is on Apple TV. We just got Apple TV, and now we're done with pretty much all the other services. And it's about like journalism and one of the morning show, like the biggest, type of morning show that we would have, like the Today Show hosts. The guy was accused of sexual misconduct, and it also has to do with like the PR journalism environment, which I'm tapped into with school right now. So I'm absolutely obsessed with that show right now. Also, podcasts. She has been my favorite podcast and like literally the only one that I listen to for so long. She's one of my biggest muses besides Alex Cooper, and like I don't even listen to Alex Cooper's podcast anymore, to be honest. I don't care about the one-to-one like famous people interviews. The way that I'm podcasting, I like the style more so of. It's not as polished. It's just like, I want to tell you about my relationship problems with my husband and like when I felt anxious and I've been going through this or I've been loving this. Like, I just love that personal, authentic content. And the like professional interview style just hasn't been hitting the same for me. So I've been loving podcasts because her and I are so like-minded, and she's honestly just feels like a virtual mentor to me with the information she shares. And she honestly like got me to start recording again and start really posting content, and her content helps me so fucking much. Like, she just did this recap on her 2025, and I thought it was such an amazing episode, and it inspired me to think about a word that I want to set for 2026 and me to do kind of like a December reflection post. So even though I kind of feel like I'm a little mini Cassidy copycat, I literally am. Like, she's one of my biggest inspirations. You don't have to recreate the wheel, like, right? Somebody is not the only one talking about 2025 recap or like a vision board. So whoever you get inspiration from, like, just use it and share it, right? You don't have to be recreating the wheel. I've been loving this perspective lately of like, no thought is yours, or like your creations aren't really yours to own. And I think that can be a really helpful perspective to have when you're creating, and especially when you get stuck in like, oh my God, someone copied me, or the imposter syndrome of I'm scared that someone's gonna know I copied them. It's like, none of this stuff is ours anyways. We're all connected to that same creative source that's sending us messages, and we owe it the respect to share and speak our truth. And that does so much for our belief in ourselves, that we are worthy of being heard, we deserve to be seen, that we're brave enough to share our creativity and like do it messy and fail anyways. There's so much healing and growing and expansion that comes from showing up online. And I know that it's such a touchy topic because social media is so effing bad for us, but like, if you're going to be on it, why not be creating? We need more people creating, even though it feels saturated as fuck. Like, we need every single person creating in a way that feels good for them. And I know a lot of people, even my homies, my besties, that currently aren't showing up online. Like, I know they feel called to do it. It's just a bitch to do. Like, it is a bitch to edit. It's a bitch to think of content. It's a bitch to like be consistent with it. But I know so many of you do want to be heard on a deeper level. So I think that remembering how important your creation is, and remembering that nobody cares that much, right? Like, people are paying attention and your voice matters, but nobody really cares that much. We look at our own stuff more than anybody else ever looks at it. And somebody's going to be looking at you being like, good for her for trying, and not making fun of you and judging and finding the one word in your captions that was spelt wrong. Like, literally nobody cares. So just do it fucking messy. That is like a huge thing I've been embodying in 2025. The Modern Wisdom podcast is my boyfriend's favorite podcast. He just went to see him live. Chris Williamson, I think is his name. But he had one with Mel Robbins recently about like imposter syndrome. But I feel like they covered everything under the sun, and it was really good. good. And I listened to that on my plane ride home. That was really good. And then I've been loving my emotional or highly sensitive person book. It's called Brain Training for the Highly Sensitive Person, Techniques to Reduce Anxiety and Overwhelming Emotions, an 8-week program by Julie Bjelland. It's like a 8-week little mini course book, and it kind of reminds me of content that we got in my intensive outpatient treatment for sobriety and like the things that we worked on week to week. It's like emotional brain training. It's exactly what it sounds like, and that's been helping me a lot. Am I reading it every week and as consistent as I probably would like to be? No, but opening it, looking at it, journaling a couple things when I remember every few days, that's good. I haven't been on a super strong journaling kick lately, but anything is better than nothing. If you're going to yoga, if you're going for a walk, if you're meditating, if you're journaling, if you're cooking, if you're doing anything, you're doing a good job, and we need to hear that more. We're doing a good effing job. Last but not least, clothes. I wrote LOL underneath because I'm not buying any clothes recently. But let me think of off the top of my head some things that I already have in my closet that I've been loving. Shameful plug, but I bought both of my Uggs, my brown with the red thread on the ankle strap. I know you know what I'm talking about, like the brown platform slipper. Those and the black platform, like shorty booty Uggs that I have are both dupes from DH Gate, and they have the Ugg logo on the back or stamped on the front of the brown ones, and the bottom of the Ugg actually looks the exact same. I was like heavy in a exact dupe era for a hot minute. I bought my Uggs off of there. I bought my Birkenstock slides off of there. I bought my Apple headphones off of there, and then Spencer gave me some new headphones this year. So I'm starting to get into a more like, okay, I need to buy the nicer thing and like wait, if I can't afford it, I need to buy it later. But I'm also like, shoes get ruined, sweaters get ruined. Literally, I feel like everything I touch either breaks or gets stained or like gets pilled. I don't keep my shit very nice for very long. And so I'd rather buy the cheaper thing because I know it's going to get ruined anyways, and I would rather not spend $300 on Uggs. So I've been loving that. I have this like long, furry, tannish brown teddy coat from H&M, and that has been my favorite coat for like the last 5 years. It's honestly lasted way longer and better quality than I thought it would be. Another black puffer that I have from H&M is horrible. I would not recommend. I really want North Face, like really nice quality, simple, plain colored, maybe like a navy and black or a black and white kind of color blocked. I know you know what I'm talking about, like the hoodless big puffer jacket. That's just like my staple winter jacket. Do I need another winter jacket? No, not at all. Do I need another hoodie or like all the other stuff that I want or jewelry? No, but it's okay to have wants too. And I think more than being super strict on yourself about what you're being intentional with, just like being mindful of the whole process in general, noticing when you do opt for the cheaper thing, when you don't pay attention to what is in it or what it's made of or what you're spending on it. Just noticing, right? Not judging ourselves for it. That's something I'm constantly working on, is judging myself less and just giving myself space, allowing myself to go through the journey of it, knowing that it's not going to change overnight, knowing that I don't have to do an overhaul 180 of everything I'm consuming and like stop spending altogether. And that's what me and Spencer are going to be talking about on the call tonight with the Intentional Consumption Collective, is that it's not all or nothing. You can budget for the things that you love, that you really do want to buy for yourself. But how do we also save money and like stop wasting shit, So that's it. That's my wrap up of the Things I'm Loving episode. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week. Love you, angels. Holy shit, I have so many thoughts. I want to sing the whole thing. Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell Posey I'm sorry for what a bitch I am. And my microphone cord stuck. She's gonna eat my face off. She's gonna eat my face off. She's being good on camera for you guys. She always gets mean when I'm... You scare me. She knows I'm recording. She doesn't want people to know that she's a bitch. Are you gonna come sit with me today? Are you gonna come sit with me today so people can actually see that I have a cat? Cutie pie. Oh, you're beautiful. All right, enough.